He's a misogynistic asshole. And I cut my hand. Pool fell down. And, you know. Anyway, let's get to the video.
Please tell me this is fake. I guess we're fine with her being an engineer, as long as engineering doesn't require math anymore.
So, on so many levels, that's just fucking stupid. Most of the world sees that and goes, fucking loser. But there is a sizable percentage of men that actually think this way. Society and the patriarchal structures that we have established perpetuate this kind of thought process. But what's reality? Well, the reality is women perform better. Not by a lot, but they do. They also read more. And also, single women without children buy more houses than we do. I can't tell you how many times throughout my life I have observed women in my life and their partners. And their partners, even if there's a kid in the mix, will go to work and then, end of the paycheck, go without consulting the partner, buy like a $300 musky fishing pole. Or, drink a shit fuck ton of beer. Men, typically, waste money on indulgences. And there's a reason that women tend to be happier single. It's because of us and our behavior, the way we act, the way men like this talk about women, which lowers the bar and makes it so the rest of us, the good men, can benefit from the bad behavior of other men, and the bar is set really low. And now, women are more successful in society. So, the good guys, the ones that meet the bare minimum thresholds but don't do anything above and beyond, why would women put up with us? Why would they take on 60% of the domestic labor and us only take on 40%? And that is progress. Keep in mind that women have only been able to have their own bank account, their own credit card, own property for what, 50, 60 years now? For much of human history, they have been dependent on a man. It wasn't till the frickin' 80s that it was illegal to rape your wife because she was considered your property. This guy is a husband, a father of daughters. This kind of thinking is disgusting, and it's holding us back. Look, not only is it causing the male loneliness epidemic, which is more akin to the male loser epidemic, but it is perpetuating and causing harm to women in society. It's causing trauma. I've had to live with trauma. I have a neck injury. I had a shitty few years. Trauma lives inside the body. It is impacting everything in society. That stress that eats away at you when women are assaulted, when they're in constant danger, the way all their lived experiences, and the unequal distribution of labor and honestly inadequate treatment from their partners, that's going to affect someone. Person to person, you would not be happy with that scenario. That would have massive impacts on you, especially if the rest of society told you you must accept this. Us as men, if you're being honest, would not accept any of the shit that we place on women. I don't want to pick up after someone that is a dirty slob, leaving hair in the sink, pissing in a toilet and having it spray all over the room, walking around with unwashed assholes. This whole manosphere, the type of mentality of these jock bros. And not that I want to paint service members in that broad of a brush, because I think there is legitimacy in the mentality of people serving in some respects. There is that type of archetype of a person, but there is also the archetype of a person who is essentially a trained killer. Now, whether or not this person, no idea. But the role and function of a soldier and a cop is to be a hammer. This type of bro, machismo, masculine is what women don't like. They do like a man that is strong. They do like a man that can provide. They have no problem providing themselves, but there's nothing inherently wrong with masculinity. It's the identity attached to it and the way that behavior externalizes itself and impacts women and men. Being a tough guy, being someone that's aggressive, an asshole to everyone in society that thinks they're so magnificent, is not only insufferable, but it's annoying as fuck. From a man's perspective, because obviously I don't have the perspective of a woman. What are you doing? Like, if you hate women so much, just date men. I love women. I think they're fucking gorgeous. I think they're amazing. In my experience, maybe because I'm a demisexual man and I know that's gonna make a man like this get all ooh, means I'm asexual with conditions and I require connection, safety, friendship, whatever. I do not think about sex in the day to day. When it's with a particular person in the right circumstances, yeah, obviously. But I mean, have you seen quasars? Have you looked up at the sky? Have like women are 50% of the population. They contributed to society just as much, if not more, especially all the invisible labor that they do in society. Fuck, this world, like, we would have not progressed half as much as a species without women. And so, can a woman be an engineer? Yes. I have met women on the job site working construction. I worked doing fucking rebar and concrete during one summer. Woman there that could have kicked my ass. I know women that are into CrossFit. One that owns a CrossFit gym. She easily kicked my ass. And I'm not ashamed of that. But I'm not a fighter. I'm a big man. And if push comes to shove in your little imaginary Rambo scenario, okay. But that bravado is just fucking weird. And what's funny is women are outperforming men. Women are finally being represented, at least to a degree, in engineering and careers like that. Despite the fact that they have to deal with people who have your mentality in the classroom, both as professors and the students, not taking them seriously. I'm an author online, and I have, I think, collectively 60, 70,000 followers, maybe. I have given writing advice that people have accepted. I have, even just in politics in general, people who have much, much bigger platforms than me that are women are taken less seriously than me, a man who, for the most part, fires off his opinions and interprets things and relies on the people who do the actual research, because I don't really like doing the green screen stuff all that much and, you know, wrist and neck injuries and shut up. I'm just so fucking sick of this. I'm so sick of men and their fucking behavior. You're a loser. Get fucked. You have daughters. Be better. What kind of example are you trying to set? You are the role model in this world. And you think this little of them? What if they had dreams to enter into a math related field? You're a piece of shit and you're a bad father. Anyway, I am an author, say no. I'm at books. Links in profile. Author Devin J. Parker on Amazon. Meow.